Aside from Mr McCee, who taught PE, 3 other teachers at my school taught subjects that rhymed with their surnames.
David's team.
OK, so Mr McCee taught PE.
Yes.
Who else?
Mr...
I'm having a cough. Genuinely having a coughing fit.
Mr Katz.
Wait, are you ready? Okay, I'm better now, thank you. Carry on, Tim.
Mr Katz.
Oh, good God. Good God. If you say Mr Meography, forget it.
Mr Katz.
Mr Missile and Technology.
Mr Katz. K-A-T-H. Mr Katz.
Yeah.
And Mr Hench. French.
Mr Hench, Mr Kaths, and who else?
It was a little bit tenuous, the third one, but it was a bit of a joke amongst us. So it was Mr Hort taught sport.
You got PE in sports?
Yeah, that's right, yeah. Well, PE was something that happened in lesson time, and then sports was something that we did, obviously...
But what did Mr Hort teach?
It might have been what was called loosely then science, so it would have been... You know,
surely that was Mr Bryant's.
No.
I don't know, he's always got this face that makes you feel like he's telling the truth. Like, just the most simplest things where you'd be like...
He's got a simple face, I agree.
Give me 4 teachers whose names at your school rhymed with subject. Go.
Mr Starmer. He
did drama.
Mrs Panish.
Oh, yeah. Mr Bleak taught Greek.
Yeah.
Mr Gratin taught Latin.
Yes.
This is fun, isn't it?
Yeah, let's just do this.
Come on, it's time to decide.
Lie.
All right, Tim, they think it's a lie. Was it, or was that the truth?
It was actually a lie.
I once faked a school trip to fool my mum into letting me go to France.
David's team.
So you faked a school trip?
Faked a school trip.
How? What did you say?
My mother was extremely strict. Never let me go anywhere or do anything. I was 17. I wanted to go to France. I was studying A-level French. So I tricked her into thinking it was imperative for me to go on this trip.
I'd have thought if it was an educational thing, most mums would be all for it, wouldn't they?
That's the point she's just made.
No. My mother was super overprotective of us.
Right.
Like, she didn't let us go anywhere. She had a scrapbook of bus and train crashes. That she'd bring out and go, you see these children? They went on their school trip and now they are dead. Stuff like that.
Wow. Was there actually a school trip?
No, there was no school trip. I went on my own. But
so did you just tell your very strict, fearful of death mother, there's this school trip, and she went, OK, there's a school trip?
I basically got all my friends to turn up at the train station with suitcases.
You're not serious?
To make it look like it was a school trip.
And they weren't going to France with you?
No. And then my mum came, said goodbye, and then we all got on the train and they got off at the next stop.
Where did you go in France?
I went to Touraine.
Touraine?
Touraine.
Why did you go to Touraine?
Because there was a French course there, and the council gave free trips for kids who were studying A-levels.
So you actually lied to your mum to go to France, but actually went to a French course?
Yeah.
So you didn't go clubbing or go out and do anything? You
I did that.
Went and studied?
I did that. I slept with a guy while I was there, but I did go...
But you also
initially to study.
So it was part fun, part academic?
Yeah.
What year was this?
I'm going to say the 80s.
Because I was there in the 80s.
Yeah, 80s, yeah.
So how long was it?
It's me! Wow! I remember you!
I thought you were black!
What are you thinking, Lawrence?
The way that Gina talks about her mum is the same way that I sort of, you know, Sri Lankan parenting is very, very similar. What I can't understand is how you wouldn't be just incredibly anxious, because if even there was the slimmest chance of your mum finding out, you would not be with us today.
No.
What do you think, Jessica?
I think it's completely 100% true.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, completely.
Do you know what I liked? Touraine. Not Paris.
No.
It's not obvious, is it? Touraine. Who knows? But yes, that's the sort of thing, a place in France. Yes, my town is twinned with Touraine. They've got a biscuit factory. I think it's true.
You're going to say true. Gina, truth or lie?
It is true.
I was once grounded when my parents saw a picture of me in the local paper doing something I shouldn't.
You were doing something you shouldn't?
Yeah, I had escaped.
Escaped from where?
I'd escaped from the house.
Were you, I mean, how dark is this story going to get?
How old were you when this happened, Shazia?
14.
And how did you escape?
I got some bed sheets, and I knotted them together, threw them out the window, climbed down them, and I left the house.
Why?
I wanted to go out for the night, to a nightclub.
A nightclub. What time did you sneak out?
Oh, about 11 o'clock at night.
And what time did you get back in?
About 4 o'clock in the morning.
Bed sheets still hanging from window?
Yeah.
How many stories? I mean, I don't believe this one to start with, but how many... How many stories high were you?
3.
You were 3 floors
stories?
up?
What did you tie the bed sheets to?
To each other. But...
Wow. You need something at the other end. What's the end tied to?
Oh, it was tied to the window.
OK, you go to this nightclub. Why is your picture ending up in the paper?
There were some famous people in there.
Oh, tell us.
Well, there was Joan Collins.
What?
Boy George.
Boy George, he's big. He's a big name.
UB40.
IB54.
So how did you end up in the photo? That's what we need to
Well, what
be clear
happened was, when the nightclub ended about 4 o'clock, there was, like, no taxis, and I didn't know how I was going to get home. So I asked Boy George...
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
I asked Boy George if he would give me a piggy back home.
And did he say, do you really want to hurt me?
Where does the photo come in? What was in the photo?
Well, he said to me, oh, you look great. Let's have a picture together.
Right.
And what did your parents say when they saw the paper? How did they confront you?
They rang up the newspaper and they said, that's not my daughter.
Well, hang on. Hang on. But, wait a minute. First of all, before you get to that bit of mad information, how did it transpire in the next day? I want to know that bit. Were you still in bed when they got the paper?
Yes.
What time was this now?
Was it? It must have been an evening paper then.
Comes out about midday, I think. My dad gets the paper and he opens it up and there's a picture of me with Boy George. It had my name and he said...
Oh, you gave
had your name in it?
Yeah.
Your father rang the paper.
That's correct.
And there was a huge row.
He said, that's not my daughter. You've put a picture in the paper saying it's my daughter and it's not my daughter. And he said, yes, it is your daughter.
Well, how did he know on the other end of the phone?
Exactly.
Yeah, but it could be the dad of another Shazia Mirza who looks nothing like you.
But if he
But
says...
there aren't that many Shazia Mirzas.
I know, but if he's rang up and said, that's not Shazia Mirza, the guy on the other end isn't immediately going to go, yes, it is.
Well, no, but he said, there's a picture of this girl with the Boy George. You said it's Shazia Mirza. It's not my daughter.
OK, and what did the man say?
Yes, it is.
And how... But... And your dad said...
No, it's not.
But he must have recognised you from the picture.
Who? My dad?
Yes.
My dad says, like, there's no way it could be me because I'm asleep.
Yes, but he could see the picture. I mean, was he not good with faces?
Yeah, well, he thought that they had just got this photo of me from somewhere and just shoved it in the paper.
So how was it resolved, Shazia?
Well, it wasn't resolved.
How does your story end? Let me put it like that. I'm hoping quite soon.
It did. Well, the thing was, it ended when my dad said, you're never going to be allowed out ever again.
Oh, whoa. So now he does think it's you?
No, he's saying this to the newspaper man. With this sort of irresponsible reporting, you're never allowed out of your house again.
Did he knock on your door?
Yeah.
He comes in, and then what was said next?
He said, look.
What was he wearing?
That's the newspaper.
Yeah, and he says...
And he goes, look at this.
Go on.
I know where you were last night.
Oh, I'm getting angry with this story now. What's the junction between that is not my daughter and why were you out last night?
The man at the paper...
He doesn't know you!
He convinced my dad that person was me.
More than your face! More than your actual face! A man on the phone who he has never met and he doesn't know who you are has met you once for a second on the back of Boy George. That was more important than your face in the photo.
The point is, he believed the man more than me.
All right. What do we think? Jeremy, what are you thinking?
I'm starting to have my doubts about this one, to be honest. I know this sounds a crazy point of detail, but the idea that a newspaper could print the story within 3 hours of the nightclub closing...
Of everything she said, the time the newspaper comes out is the one... I mean, to me, that's fine. It's everything else.
It's just... It's the shit.
Boy George, piggyback, Birmingham nightclub.
Yeah, that's all fine.
Who was that? Oh, it's Joan Collins. Yeah. Man doesn't recognise his own daughter. No,
No problem.
What time's the paper come out? Midday, she's lying.
What about you, Amy? What do you think?
I think it's a lie, because it's hard to pick a bit that could be true.
You're saying it's a lie?
Well, say it's a lie.
Shazia, they're pretty convinced it's a lie. Was it a lie, or were you telling the truth?
I'm afraid it's the truth.
My boxing coach tells me I have a very strong left hook.
Are we to take it that you're saying you're having boxing lessons?
Yeah, I do have a boxing coach, yeah.
What do you do in the coach?
I punch someone's hands.
Show me what your left hook is.
That's good. You look slightly like you're holding some cards in a game of whist.
Hey, Tom, do you want to stand up and take the stage?
Yes, I would love to.
Would you like my little hands up?
I would love your hands, actually.
Or
Thank you.
the sportsman in the room.
All right.
What if...
David.
No, I meant you go. There you go. Look at the difference in those two men standing up. Incredible.
Thank you.
No.
Oh, hang on. Is it too late to put a bet on?
Can I get a left hook?
I can hear the slack from here.
All right, well, thank you for that demonstration. That hurt. Well, David's team, what do you think?
Hugo, you felt Tom's left hook there.
Barely.
So you wouldn't say it was remarkable in its power?
No, it's definitely inaccurate.
Yeah.
How often are you training with this coach?
Twice a week.
Twice a week?
And which week was that?
Why did you decide to go for boxing as a sport?
Because I didn't like all the other sports.
I like boxing, because I do some boxing training as well. So tell us, how would you coach me?
Well, apparently you're so perfect, you don't even need coaching. Well, that's an interesting coaching technique.
Yeah, I know.
Going in, you undermine the confidence of the boxer with sarcasm. Imagine that. Sort of, oh, you think you're such a great boxer? well done. Why don't you go and knock out Mike Tyson? I'm calling a cab.
Tell us what he puts you through.
The window.
We tend to do just a few combinations, you know. Maybe I'll do a uppercut, left, right, left.
Oh, goodness. That looked quite handy.
There's the two stances, isn't there? There's four-paw and the other one.
I think one's southpaw.
No, that's just outside Liverpool.
All right, what's the voice of sport thinking?
I think he's lying.
I think unluckily for Tom, we've got specialist knowledge of boxing because we all know what it is. Do you think it's true?
Yeah.
Wow.
And I know nothing about boxing.
Well, I mean, demonstrably.
I just... that he is leading you up the garden path.
But he also demonstrated a left hook.
Yes, but he can act.
Obviously, Tom's very clever and he might try and seem deliberately feeble, but what we have to believe to start with is that he deliberately took up boxing as an activity, firstly, and secondly, that his coach said that he had a very good left hook.
Strong, very strong.
Yes.
Very strong.
Well, there's one of two things. Either Tom is lying or his coach is lying.
OK, David, what's it going to be?
I think we're going to go lie.
Yeah.
All right, Tom, they think it's a lie. Was it a lie, or was it the truth?
I'm afraid I'm going to have to block that because it was the truth!
For one term at school, the other boys called me Two Hats because my mum used to make me wear two hats to keep warm.
Lee?
Sure they didn't call you twats? OK. Describe the first hat.
The first hat was a dark blue woolly hat.
Right.
And it had a bobble, but that was cut off.
Oh.
Wow.
What was the second hat?
The second hat was my school cap.
Sounds like a pretty tough school. Did you wear shorts?
Yes.
Did they make you wear two pairs of shorts?
Yes, but that was for a different reason.
My nickname was Porky.
Oh.
Yeah,
because you used to wear a pig on your head?
Because I smelt the scratchings, no. I was a bit overweight. Two hats, that would be nice.
What's it going to be?
I think it's true. I think the bobble.
OK.
Bob, what are you thinking?
The name Two Hats feels a little bit 1960s East End London.
Well, I think it's kind of New York. Hey, it's Davy Two Hats. Here he comes.
Yeah. You will not marry that girl.
You heard what Porky said, Two Hats. You're not allowed to marry the girl.
I think it's a lie. It can't be true. Not David. Not David Two Hats.
They're saying it's a lie. David, was it a lie, or was it, in fact, the truth?
It was a lie.
I once did a parachute jump just because I fancied the instructor.
David's team.
When was this?
It was in the 70s.
So how did you meet this instructor that you fancied?
Oh, because a family member was a skydiver. And in the process of watching him skydive, I met the instructor and felt an immediate magnetic attraction.
So this... I mean, I thought you were going to say I fell for him.
I did, but I'm a poet, so I like to embellish.
Oh, that's true. I just like to go for little puns.
Yeah. Oh, I fell for him.
I fell for
him. Sorry, I'm not used to you see.
Describe him to us, then. What was it about this man that was so attractive?
He wore a lot of straps.
Oh, hello. All right. And what is it about a man in straps that you like?
Well, I don't know. There's something sort of dark about straps, aren't there? You know, he had these straps and the sort of around the groins and everything, and he did it.
Whoa. I wasn't expecting this, Pam. I'll be very honest.
Do you recall his name, Pam?
Yeah, Doug. Doug. This is the Vale of the White Horse accent, of which I'm exceedingly proud.
So how did you take it a step further?
Well, I volunteered to learn how to parachute jump.
Yeah. And did you have to have straps as well?
Oh, indeed, I did.
Are you strapped to Doug as well? Because I've done this.
No.
And you're on the front. Well, I was, like a little baby in a papoose.
Oh, no, this was...
No, Lee, it was lovely. I've never felt so safe.
Which way were you facing?
Or facing away.
All right.
So, listen, this is for wimps. This I did alone.
You weren't strapped to Doug?
No, I was not strapped to Doug.
I would have thought that would have been the whole point.
Well, no, but I didn't find out until he hit me on the shoulder and said, go.
The old romantic. So what's the time scale of this? There's the day you go with a family member who's a skydiver. What was your plan that day? That you were just going to go up in the aeroplane that your family member was going to jump out of?
I wasn't going to go up in the aeroplane. I was just going to go and watch. And then I noticed the instructor reclining in the hangar, looking steamy.
Did you talk to him much?
Yeah, I did. I said, how do you get into this line of business?
Nice.
Yeah, with the classic head wobble of seduction.
Did you have lessons with Doug?
Yeah.
Oh, tell us about those. Was he a West Country person?
No,
Where was
wasn't.
he from?
I don't know where it came from.
Well, what was his voice?
Oh, it was received English.
It was one of these. Now, you listen to me, Ayres.
That's right. He said,
Let me just tighten this strap. Hang on, let me get this one. That's better. Let's stop the blood. Now.
He didn't say anything lascivious like that. He was a perfect gentleman with beautiful received English, and he said, I think you're going to enjoy this.
Well, your heart was a flutter at that, wasn't it, eh? All right, so what are we thinking? Richard, what do you think of this?
It sounds reasonable to me.
At first I didn't believe it, but you were going, look, this is just a thing that happened. Like, you just wanted to get your story out.
So what's it going to be, David?
That's definitely true.
Yeah.
There's no doubt in your mind.
No doubt in my mind. I can picture it entirely.
All right, they're saying it's true. So, Pam, was it true or was it a lie?
My story was true.
For 3 months, I shared a flat with a monkey.
David's team.
When was this?
Early 70s.
And was it just you and the monkey, or were there other flatmates?
Just me and the monkey. It was in Amsterdam. The monkey's apartment was in Amsterdam, and I was...
So it was the monkey's apartment?
When he says apartment, he means in the zoo.
What was the monkey's name, John?
Charlie.
Charlie. And why only 3 months? Did the monkey kick you out?
The thing was, I was kind of monkey-sitting this animal.
What did he look like?
Oh, he was exquisite. Look, most of you are probably thinking, wow, what fun. You know. And I don't blame you. Sometimes there are things in life that are a disappointment, but living with a monkey isn't one of them.
What did he eat?
He wanted what you were eating.
Oh.
Really?
Which at the time was a lot of chips.
Could he do any tricks at all? Could he do any tricks?
He was full of them.
What do you want? He'd have the guillotine, he'd have the sword the lady in half, he had the lot.
I used to take him to the park with one of those extendable dog leashes, you know, where you
They had them in the early 70s.
No, they had them. But the point is, you know, that when I extended the leash, it would run up into the nearest tree. So I would be stood for ages, you know, with my arm extended upward into a tree.
And it then looks like you're taking your tree for a walk.
So when you had to go, like, and meet this monkey, how long was the owner there with you?
Yes, of course, I did have to go for a kind of audition. He didn't want to leave his precious pal with any old schmuck.
What are you looking at me for?
You know,
How did you ace the audition?
Well, we seemed to hit it off.
You and the...
Although we did get off to a bad start, actually.
Yeah.
I went round to his apartment to audition. There was one empty chair, but it was occupied by the monkey, which was curled up asleep in this chair. So I picked it up thinking it was a cat. And then it went rigid. I could feel its ribs suddenly and all of its muscles tightened up. And it shrieked once and once only, but for about 10 minutes. It was like it was plugged into the mains. Anyway, I threw it as if 'twere a cat.
Oh, yeah.
You know, they land on the feet.
Yeah.
But he's a monkey. He didn't land on his feet. He landed in an ungainly heap. And then it kind of scuttled away, looking back over its shoulder in my direction in a real accusatory manner.
So, John, given you were so close after 3 months, it must be very hard to say goodbye.
It was a hell of a wrench.
Yeah.
Monkey wrench.
A hell of a wrench.
Chris, what are you thinking about this?
We could make anything up and it would sound true, but this sounds so plausible.
What about you, Judy?
If we're being honest, out of all of us sitting on here, if there was one person that we could think of that lived with a monkey for 3 months, who do you think that would be?
Oh, yeah.
But once you've discounted David, who would it then be?
I think it's true.
You say true?
100%.
OK,
true. 100%.
This ain't true. So, John, living with a monkey in Amsterdam, truth or lie?
They got me rumbled, it's true.
I was once favourite to win an athletics event, but ended up coming last after an incident in a toilet cubicle.
David's team.
Well, right. OK, what was the athletics event?
It was a javelin.
The javelin, and when were you entered into a javelin competition?
When I was at school.
How old were you?
I was about 16.
And you were the favourite?
I was.
Why?
Because I could chuck it a long way.
How far roughly?
Probably...
For God's sake, make it less than 110 metres, which is the world record. Give yourself a fighting chance.
111 metres. I would say about 20 or 30 metres.
Were you also good at running fast?
Ha, ha, ha.
I mean, to be fair, I think that was a genuine question.
Oh,
to get the momentum to throw it.
Yeah, OK. I did actually, for a short time, hold the 100-metre record for our school. That was because I was having a fag behind the bike sheds and I heard the dinner bell.
What was the incident in the toilet that handicapped your performance?
I was preparing for sports day, the afternoon, so I went in the toilet to have a fag, and I had a box of matches, and I struck one to light my fag with, didn't blow it out properly, put it back in the box, and the box exploded in my javelin-throwing hand.
Oh.
Wow.
So this is a story about a serious burn.
Yeah, so I had to throw the javelin at sports day with my left hand.
Well, Johnny, what do you think? How does this strike you?
I think it could be true.
And you think it's...
True?
OK, true.
You were saying it is true. Joe, truth or lie?
It is true.
Whilst on holiday in South Africa, I had a 2-minute conversation with what I thought was my wife, only to discover that a small hippo had wandered into the bedroom.
David's team. What do you make of that?
Miles, describe your wife to us.
Tall, slender, statuesque.
So did the hippo had a very similar voice to your wife?
The hippo was just sort of moving gently around.
They're known for that.
not in especially close proximity.
What was the conversation about, and how did you go 2 minutes?
I'll tell you what the conversation was about. It was about me, and I was doing most of the talking, which obviously contributed to my confusion.
Where, in fact, was your wife?
I don't know where she was. She was just not...
Have you ever seen your wife again? So, where were you? I'm guessing that this is a safari scenario, am I right?
It was sort of on the outskirts of Cape Town.
Describe the nature of the structure you were in.
Right.
Is it a building? Is it on the 4th floor of a...
Did the hippo have to get in a lift?
OK, well, it's mainly bungalows. The resort is a collection of sort of bungalow buildings, largely A-frame wooden buildings with a kind of thatch roof.
Why were the doors so big a hippo could get in?
Well, it's a small hippo, isn't it?
How small is a small hippo?
Like a George from Rainbow, or...?
That yay big.
So the hippo was only that big?
Yeah.
It's about the size of a Labrador.
Well, let's be clear. Is that its width or its length?
That is its width, as viewed from behind, and I suspect from the front.
This is worse. Your wife's like the back end of a hippo.
This A-frame bungalow has how many rooms in it?
It's got 2 rooms. At one end, there's a big bathroom, and then there's the rest of it is a very big open-plan bedroom, and it has sort of seating area in the middle of it, and it has a bed at the far end, a very robust bed, and...
A bed you could make love to a hippo on?
That is speculation, but I wouldn't bet against it.
OK, we're in the bungalow, OK?
I'm in the ensuite end.
Yes.
OK. And I'd been shaving and then, you know, shouting over my shoulder. And I realised after a while, I'm not getting a lot back here. And I turned round and I saw that I had not been moaning about my career to my wife, but to a baby hippo.
How long was this baby hippo?
Well, I only saw it from the back, but I imagine, statistically, it'd be, what, probably 3 times as long as it was wide?
OK. So broadly, so it was a sort of as long as this desk?
Nobody measures
or
animals by width.
Well, you do.
I saw a massive snake, it was this big. So what are you going to say? Is he telling the truth?
I think based on the width, it's a lie.
I think that was a panicked reach for width.
On the basis of the panicked reach for width. I think we'll say it's a lie.
You're going to say that's a lie? OK. Yeah. Miles, were you telling the truth or were you telling a lie?
It is a lie.
Until my mid-30s, I had no idea that lambs were, in fact, baby sheep.
David's team.
Until your mid-30s? How old are you now?
I'm in my late 30s.
When you're on television, you refer to it as the mid to high 30s. Why don't you do that with your age?
How did you learn?
I was in Cumbria, and we were filming for a weather show, and I had to do a piece about clouds, about red sky at night, shepherd's delight.
I've never understood the phrase. Why is it so specific to shepherds? Nobody. Everyone likes the sun, no one likes the rain.
Because the shepherds in particular, though, they spare a thought for the shepherds watching now. They're out in all weathers.
What about the hang gliders? Red sky at night, hang gliders delight. Red sky in the morning, hang gliders warning.
Hello, can you help me? Excuse me.
Big nasty.
I'm black. I don't understand none of that stuff what you're talking about.
You've never heard red sky at night, shepherd's delight?
No.
Red sky in morning, shepherd's warning.
This is what's called middle-class rapping.
So you're in Cumbria. What are you doing there?
So we've been filming the whole day, and I've been walking amongst these animals. I mean, they were...
Hey, they're called Northerners.
Because I was so focused on my lines, I wasn't really paying that much attention to what... I just saw there were lots of fluffy animals everywhere.
Yeah. And you thought, the clouds have fallen!
So we're sitting there, and the farmer and his wife are saying that they do a programme called Lambing Live. I said... Why is it that it's called lambing? And there's this sort of silence there for a bit. And so the camera crew were looking at me thinking, what are you talking about? I said, well, because why is it not sheeping? So sheep, and lamb. A sheep gives birth to a baby sheep, and a lamb gives birth to a...
So you thought a lamb was one woolly thing, and a sheep was another woolly thing?
So, as it were, like an orange and a satsuma.
For a hot sec, I was on the same kind of ideology as you, you know.
Did you express this confusion?
I did, and I wish I hadn't, actually, because of the looks I got.
Did you then say, what's that big yellow bright thing in the sky?
What is... because... You're a scientist, aren't you? That's meteorologist is a type of scientist.
Yeah.
What did you? What A levels? What A levels did you do?
That's David's very polite way of saying you are thick.
The thing is that when you see a little lamb there and another sheep, the thing looks so different.
You think they look nothing like each other? You wait till I explain the life cycle of the frog. Cloud. It will blow your mind. Have you ever seen an adult caterpillar?
Oh, yeah, I know that one. I forgot.
All right. What are you thinking, Prue?
Well, I think it's got to be a lie because I can't believe that a weatherman who is conscious of the seasons and knows what happens in the spring, I think you're making it up.
Do you think it's true?
Yeah, well, so it seems like I'm an idiot.
What's that supposed to mean?
What, we're going down together, Knucker, man. At least flip it up.
So, what's it going to be, David?
Well, I think he's a scientist. I think he'd know. I'm going to go with Prue. We're going to say it's a lie.
Thomas, truth or lie?
It is, in fact, true.
I was once investigated by Interpol after a holiday romance with a water skiing instructor.
Please, team.
Where was he a water skiing instructor?
Corfu.
What part of your life was this? What year was it, let's say?
I don't really remember, but I would guess at mid-20s.
The 1920s?
I was young enough to go away with my parents. I was on holiday with my parents.
So what was his name?
Fanos.
Fanos? I'll tell you why I was already doubting that. You just happened to look around the studio and there's a fan over there. I'm thinking that his name could have been Camera-os, Audience-os. So when did Interpol get involved?
There was a burglary from one of the hotel rooms and some money was
How much money was taken, do we know?
£75,000.
What? Oh, wow. 75,000?
What kind of worth?
£75,000 worth of money? That's £75,000, isn't it?
Of jewellery. They thought that at the airport, when we were waving goodbye, he had passed me the goods. They were suggesting I was some kind of donkey.
I think it's a mule, isn't it? Not a donkey.
Is it?
Yeah.
And so when did Interpol get involved? When you were back home?
Yes. I was playing a record in my flat, and I left to go and get something from the shops, and I heard the record coming out of a van. outside my flat.
Have I had a blackout because I don't know what's going on now? Is it just me? Is it just me that's not following?
Fay means...
What do you mean?
I think she means that Interpol had bugged your flat and you heard a recording of the inside of your flat from the Interpol van.
Do you know Thanos? All over this story.
What was the song?
It was a Barbra Streisand song. It's from Yentl. It didn't do very well.
What was the song?
Papa, can you hear me?
Oh, a lovely tune,
yeah, you
that
love
one.
it.
That's
I don't know.
lovely.
But not on Yentl.
It so is.
It certainly is.
That was a test.
You hear the Barbara. How do you know that they're Interpol?
So I was just paranoid. I couldn't understand it. But when my dad rang me...
Yes?
...to say, I think you're being followed by Interpol...
Oh, OK. What on earth made him think that?
Because some bloke he knows tipped him off.
Some bloke he knows tipped him off about Interpol? What line of work is your dad in?
He's a businessman.
Oh, he sounds suspicious,
It's a bit vague, isn't it?
Yeah, the talented Mr Ripley.
From what you know about Thanos...
It's not a real person, so it's OK.
Do you think he was capable of committing that kind of heinous crime?
Well, I suppose I loved him. He was...
Can you describe the moment when you realised you were in love with him?
When he gave me £75,000 worth of jewellery.
So what are you thinking?
There is an essence of truth for me.
What, that she once went on holiday?
I think that Fay is lying. From the start, she looked like she was riffing it, and then very quickly had the look in her eyes of someone who's out of their depth.
I think it's a lie. You say it's a lie. You think it's
a
true.
lie.
Yeah, you do this.
Well, it's a lie. It's nonsense.
You're going to say it's a lie? All right, Fay Ripley, Holiday Romance, Interpol. Truth or lie?
It is true.
10 years ago, on this show, I revealed I'd only ever bought one album, Phil Collins, But Seriously. I'm now pleased to report that I've since doubled my collection.
Please, team.
What's the album? What's the new album?
It's... Well, I didn't... It doesn't say on there. I can't remember the name.
You can't remember the name of the only other album you bought.
I know the artiste.
What's the artist?
It was Susan Boyles.
Why would you buy a Susan Boyle record? With the greatest of respect to Susan, why would you choose her?
Well, because it was, you know, it was much talked about.
Yeah.
At the time of its release, and I was looking for something to write about.
You've not got that journalist job at the NME still, have you, David?
No. For the Observer.
Can you remember the name of any of the songs?
No, but
wow!
But wait. I could guess a lot of the songs because they weren't. I don't think she'd written the songs.
We were talking about it earlier, weren't we? You
songs
said your favourite was "I Dreamed a Dream."
Can you just give us a rendition of that? Can you hum that or sing that or something?
Can I hum "I Dreamed a Dream"?
I don't think you can because we'd have to pay then, so it'd be inappropriate. So
sorry,
you must.
He's very experienced in
sorry.
TV.
That's
well,
annoying.
I'll tell you what, David.
I will tell from
you
the best, Tony Verrill.
Yeah.
David, I will tell you the names of some of Susan's album releases, or escapes more than releases. And you tell me if any of them ring a bell, OK?
OK.
The Gift.
I don't know.
A Wonderful World.
I reckon that might have been on there.
No, this is the album title.
The album title?
Yes. Was the album title The Gift?
I promise you, the album title is not going to ring a bell. Because for me, it was the Susan Boyle album.
OK, you can't remember the name of the album, you can't remember the name of any of the songs.
Yeah.
Can you remember how you felt listening to it?
My recollection is I felt it was fine.
Fine.
What's it going to be, Lee?
Time to guess. You're saying it's a lie?
No, I actually think it's true.
It's true?
Yes, I'm with Denise, just about.
OK.
OK, going to say true?
True, yeah.
OK, David, truth or lie?
It is true.
Wow. My dad once broke my leg during a particularly vigorous bout of gargalesis.
Lee, I can guess your first question.
So, what does the word dad mean? So, go on, what is gargalesis?
Gargalesis is very heavy tickling.
Oh.
Did you call it roughhousing? We used to call it roughhousing, as well as gargalesis, obviously.
You call it roughhousing?
Yeah.
That's like where I used to live.
Talk us through the incident, then. How did it happen?
Well, I don't like tickling at all.
Well,
the
you
heavy
wouldn't now,
kind.
would you?
Or the light kind, which is called kinesmesis.
It's called what?
Kinesmesis.
Did you just say the same word backwards? You did that weird thing with kinesmesis.
Anyway, gargalesis is the really heavy kind.
Are you... Sorry, did your family make these words up for fun, or are these actual words in the dictionary?
These are actual words, yeah.
Oh, OK.
In the dictionary.
So, there he was.
So there he
Your
was.
dad was tickling you where?
On the landing.
How old were you, Susie?
I was 7.
7 years
7
of
years.
age.
And how old was your dad at this time?
My dad would have been... Oh, I don't know.
Oh, you forgot you do the words, not the maths, don't you? Do you want to phone Rachel and get back to me?
And so I, just because I absolutely hate tickling, was desperate to get away and went to move off, and in doing so kind of left my leg behind.
Which leg was it, Susie?
It was my left leg, and it's still ever so slightly crooked.
Is it?
Yeah.
You were tapping your right leg before.
Yes, it was. That's what
I was.
Yeah, I mean, you do legs left and right. It just, you know.
So what do you think, Lee? Is that the truth?
This is what might have happened. They might have given her a card with a word on, knowing she's a wordsmith.
Yeah.
And then she's gone, right, I better give a meaning to this word quickly. I'll say tickling.
Well, I'll tell you what. Because Susie was coming on the show, we have got a dictionary.
Ah.
So...
And is this cheating? Are we allowed to do this?
I'm allowed to do whatever I want. Susie, would you spell it for me? It's the wrong way up. Would you spell it for me, please?
Good job you put those glasses on.
I'll never forget the day. There. How do you spell it?
G-A...
G, right, give me a minute.
R-G...
G-A-R-G...
A-L...
G-A-R-A-L.
G-A-R-G-A-L...
I've got G... What? Would you... Let me say it. I've got G-A-R,
OK.
and then... Right.
Oh, my God, it's like trying to get my dad to write an email.
No, it's not. It's seriously not in here. G-A-R, it goes from garfish to gargani, which is a small duck.
Oh, yeah.
OK, so we've got a problem here, haven't we? Because we found out that the word doesn't exist.
You said G-A-R-G-A-L.
It's a small dictionary.
It's not a small dictionary, it's huge. So, what's it going to be?
I'm totally confused on this one.
I'm a lie now, I think.
You're a lie now?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, based on the wrong leg, this strange word, two strange words. Not for me.
So we say lie.
For me, Lee, yeah.
So lie?
For
lie?
me, lie.
We're going lie.
It's a lie. Susie, truth or lie?
It is, in fact,